to welcome you to the first of two games today, featuring the visitors on the scoreboard, the San Diego Waves, taking on your Alaska Goldpanners. Let's meet the starting lineups for both teams. First for the visiting San Diego Waves. Batting first, the center fielder, wearing number 2, is Colby Rafael. Batting second, the second baseman, wearing number 3, is Noah Lazuka. Batting third, the left fielder, wearing number 37, Mason St. Hilary. Batting fourth, the first baseman, wearing number 30, Jake Klimkulitz. Batting fifth, the right fielder, wearing number 21, Brandon Strickland. Batting sixth, the third baseman, wearing number 1, Reese Harmon. Batting seventh, the shortstop, wearing number 4, is Michael Myra. Batting eighth, the catcher, wearing number 14, is Colby Pograz. Batting ninth, the designated hitter, wearing number 19, is Vinny Tiniharo. Today's starting pitcher for the San Diego Waves is number 11, Grant Knox. And the rest of the San Diego Waves were field managed by Mr. Jake Rico. Pitching coach is Louis Conan, the assistant coach is Kevin Cunningham, and the GM is Mike Scooter. Tonight's umpiring crew is as follows. Behind the dish at home plate is Mr. Scott Ginger. At first base is Mr. Brandon Johnson. And at third base is Mr. Matt Newman. Alaska Goldpanner fans, are you ready? Let's meet the starters for your Alaska Goldpanners. Playing in right field, wearing number 7, Eric Snelko. Playing center field, wearing number 10, Carl Peters. Playing in left field, wearing the number 36, Brandon Chung Mee. Starting at third base, from North Pole, Alaska, number 11, Alex Garcia. Playing shortstop, wearing the number 8, Logan Runnyman. Playing at second base, wearing number 17, Robert Matei. Playing at first base, wearing the number 37, Tyler Stowe. Catching for your Alaska Goldpanners is number 25, Omar Basal. And tonight's starting pitcher for this game is number 32, Jack Gonzalez. And the rest of your Alaska Goldpanners, who are head coached by Mr. Brett Latchman. His assistant coaches are Carlos Gonzalez, Jack Gonzalez, Logan Smith, and Omar Basal. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we ask that you all please rise. Kindly remove your caps and place your hand over your heart for the playing of the Star Spangled Banner. Thank you. Today, the Alaska Goldpanners game day sponsor are the Safeway stores. And today we have a very special guest who's going to be throwing out the ceremonial first pitch. Out to throw the first pitch is Joey Rush from the North Pole Twins 14U Pony League team, a proud Safeway shopper and supporter. All of Joey's teammates are in their same light blue Twins uniform, mostly along the third base side. So Joey, throw out the ceremonial first pitch. Good pitch, Joey. All right, baseball fans, on the count of 3, I want you to yell out play ball. 1, 2, 3.
And with that, we welcome you to Growden Memorial Park here in beautiful Fairbanks, Alaska for a Sunday afternoon double dip to the sounds of AC/DC. Welcome, everyone. We're in the Golden Heart of Alaska, home of the Goldpanners since 1960. It's game 4 of our 6-game set to open the 2023 season. Panners welcoming the San Diego Waves for 6 games. 2 of those games take place today. They will both be of the 7-inning variety. Had to go extra innings last night. The Ghost Runner was installed. And the Waves came out victorious. Their first win of the series. It's now 2-1 Goldpanners. And a couple of ball games for your viewing pleasure right here on PannerVision. Garrow Von Dane with you live. Chris Carlson on the controls. Bam Bam Burnley on camera duties. You are you, and you can tell us who you are on the YouTube chat. I know it's early. Everyone's just getting rolling. It's early for us, too. Baseball's an evening type thing, and here we are. Feels like 6 a.m., but it's not. It's 2 p.m. local time. The Goldpanners are going to send a coach to the mound today here in Game 1. It is Jack Gonzalez. Jack Gonzalez, the pitching coach for the Goldpanners, played collegiately at Point Loma. At least that's where he finished his collegiate pitching career. And he will face off against Grant Knox. Gonzalez, the left-hander, 6'3" out of Oceanside, California. Grant Knox, 6-foot right-handed dealer from Linfield in Oregon. Set to go here from Fairbanks. And our opening pitch comes at 1 minute past 2 p.m. And he misses upstairs for ball 1. Leading off for the Waves here in Game 1 is Colby Raphael. He'll be followed by Noah Lazuka and Mason St. Hilary. 1-ball pitch from Gonzalez is upstairs. The Jack's battery mate is Omar Veloz. So a couple Panner coaches as battery mates here in Game 1. Omar, an assistant coach, works with the catchers on this Goldpanner team out of Hope International. So these two now etching their names into the all-time Goldpanner roster. 3 balls and no strikes out of the gates, and a 4-pitch walk to open the game from Jack Gonzalez. So the leadoff man aboard for the Waves.
Now to bat for the Waves, number 3, Noah Lazuka.
San Diego earning the 7-6 extra inning victory last night. Panners had a 5-2 lead in that game. The Waves tied it in the 6th. And they would go on to win it with 2 runs in the 10th inning. Panners got 1, but that would be all. Lazuka takes a strike. Noah Lazuka for the San Diego Waves with a runner at first base. We'll keep an eye on Raphael. Breaking pitch curves back across the plate for a strike. It's 0-2 on Lazuka. Sophomore from Palomar. We've had massive crowds the last few days. They're generally a little smaller on Sundays and late arriving. Swing and a miss. So after the 4-pitch walk, a 3-pitch strikeout of Lazuka. 1 away for Mason.
Now to bat for the Waves, number 37, Mason
St. Hilary sounds like a mountaineer. And there goes the runner from first on an off-speed pitch, throw to second base. Good throw, but chose the right pitch to steal on. An off-speed pitch from Gonzalez, and Rafael gets in safely with a stolen bag. But that throw from Velo is one of the best throwouts that we've seen from a Goldpanner catcher so far. Ripped down the right field line. This one's trouble. It is going to one-hop the wall in right field, and a run comes in to score as Rafael touches home. And an RBI double for Mason St. Hilary. And the Waves are up 1-0 here in the first inning.
Now to bat for the Waves, it's number 30, Jake Klinkowitz.
San Diego did score those 7 runs last night, and they hit the ball a little bit better yesterday, but still Panner pitchers in the first 3 games have held the Waves to just 175 as a batting average. But they're 1 for 2 officially today.
Heads up back there. That foul ball brought to you by
Kind of a tough luck loss for Garrett Erickson last night. Went 3 innings, allowing just 1 base hit, but took the loss in extra innings. And the left-hander Gonzalez catches the inside corner for strike. It's 0-2. 1-zip Waves. 1 out and a runner in scoring position for Jake Klimkowitz. Jake Rico in the third base box. He's the head coach of the Waves. Changeup lands in the dirt to Klimkowitz. Brandon Strickland is on deck. Reese Harmon to follow in the 6th spot. Michael Myra batting 7th for San Diego. Colby Podratz, younger brother to former Wave Cam Podratz, batting 8th, and Vinny Tinajero, the designated hitter in the 9 spot. Inside for a ball. And a long wait for the 2-2 delivery. Misses downstairs. 3 balls and 2 strikes now to Klimkowitz in the cleanup spot. Waves first baseman trying to drive in another run. It's already 1-0 Waves in the top of the first. Payoff pitch on the way. And he and it's ball 4.
Now to bat for the Waves, number 21, Brandon Strickland.
Looked awful close from up here, but the base on balls, the second one in the inning for Gonzalez. 3 of the first 4 have reached safely for San Diego. And now Brandon Strickland with 2 aboard and still just the 1 out. And a strike called. Jack Gonzalez in his last season at Point Loma threw 95 2/3 innings. That was in 2022. 107 strikeouts to just 21 walks. He's walked 2 here in the first inning. But it's been a bit of a layoff for Jack, so he's got some leeway. A little bit cooler today and breezy. A lot of jackets and hoodies on today. Panner coach Brett Latchman had a parka on before the game. I thought that was a bit excessive, but he is a SoCal guy. And the 0-2 pitch to Strickland is in the dirt, 1-2. Goldpanner defense today, mentioned the battery mates, a couple of members of the coaching staff, Gonzalez and Veloz at first base, Tyler Stone, Rob Matei at second, Logan Redeman, the shortstop, Alex Garcia, the start at third. In left, it's Brandon Chunming, Carl Peters in center, and Eric Smelko is over in right. Inside for ball, it's 2-2. A long top of the first here for Jack Gonzalez, and still just one out on the board. Swung on and getting a piece of it to stay alive is Brandon Strickland. Sophomore from Northern Colorado, 5'11" right-handed hitter. Gets the strikeout. Strickland got a piece of it, but it's into the glove of Veloz. So 2 strikeouts in the inning. It was a breezy, gusty afternoon here in Fairbanks. Flags are stiff. Wind going right to left across your screen. Settle in for a couple of games here this afternoon. That one is in the dirt. It skips away from Veloz towards the Waves dugout, so that allows both runners to advance. And now the Waves with 2 runners into scoring position. They get out of the force-out situation, and Reese Harmon's got a chance to drive in a pair. Sophomore from Iowa Western. A battle of left-handers. 1-1.
Another one.
This one is floated into shallow left for a base hit. 1 run will score. Here comes Klimkowitz behind him. He will score as the throw is cut off. And the Waves are out to a 3-0 lead here in the top of the first. Some free passes and some timely hitting for the Waves. Reese Harmon drives in 2 more. And San Diego leads by 3 here in the first inning. And now Michael Myra, the 7th batter here in the top of the first. Grounded towards third. And the play goes 5-4. And the inning finally comes to a close. But the Waves score 3 times on 2 base hits. They leave a man on and lead it 3-0. Panners coming to bat. Panners come to bat already in a deficit. A 3-0 hole here in the first inning as the Waves strike first in this 7-inning ball game. First of 2 this afternoon on PannerVision. Panners start with Logan Redeman against the right-hander Grant Knox, 6-foot dealer from Linfield through 31 innings this year. 6.1 earned run average, 16 strikeouts, 8 walks. Logan Redeman leading off, followed by Carl Peters and Tyler Stone. Donovan Ratfield, the designated hitter, in the cleanup spot. Brandon Chung-Ming batting 5th. Eric Smelko in the 6th spot, Rob Matei 7th, and then it's Alex Garcia and Omar Veloz. 2 balls and a strike to Redeman. 2-2. Logan, a freshman from San Diego, out of Palmdale, California. Redeman 2 for 5 last night with a double. He's 4 for his last 10 with that double and also a triple. After the first ball game, we'll have a short half-hour, 45-minute break to reset the field and get lineups, and then we'll be back with another ball game. Popped up and on the grass, Myra, the shortstop, makes the play. Redeman is out number 1.
Out to bat for your Goldpanners, number 10, Carl Peters.
Panners won the first game of the series 5-3 and then beat up on the Waves 7-1 the next night. But the Waves winning in extra innings last night after coming back from a 3-run deficit. Now they have a 3-run lead. Bottom of the first inning, Carl Peters, the batter, takes a strike. Sophomore from the College of San Mateo. Remember Jeffrey Ray that injured himself on a swing in the first game of the season? Not sure if he is going to return. If not, that's a big loss. Good player, solid infielder. That one is fouled into the Goldpanner bullpen.
Ball brought to you by the Glass Doctor. Luckily, it did not hit that truck that was on 2nd Avenue.
Panners also had roster issues with catchers at the last minute before the season started. That's why Frankovich has been catching all the time. And he's getting a little break here in game 1 with Veloz catching. A ball and 2 strikes on Peters with 1 out, the base is empty against Knox. Just misses 2-2. Popped up down the left field line, foul territory. No one's going to be able to catch up to it. Right before the game today, I noticed my Pittsburgh Pirates are back in first place. Thanks to the Oakland Athletics sweeping the Milwaukee Braves. The Buccos are in first. Long way to go, though. Here's the 2-2. Into shallow center field. That's a base hit. First hit of the game for the Goldpanners, and Carl Peters deposits one into the grass. A 1-out single brings up Tyler Stone.
Now it's back here, Goldpanners.
Stone has hit the only home run in this series. It's pretty unusual to have played this many games and see just 1 home run. He hit it over the right field fence right at the State Farm sign. That was in game 1. And he takes a Knox pitch outside for ball 1. Goldpanners baseball here on PannerVision. Remember to follow on all of these social media pages. And if you're on the YouTube page, don't forget to click the subscribe button. You're there now. Just move the mouse up there. Click subscribe. And also you can follow us on Facebook, on Instagram, Twitter at Real Goldpanners, and TikTok. And remember, I always post the link on my Twitter page at Voice of G-Man before the game. We wrap up this series tomorrow night, and then a couple of days off. It's 2 balls and a strike here with a runner at first base. Tyler Stone, the batter. Runner bluffs from first, swing and a foul tip, 2-2. Tyler Stone, the sophomore from Iowa Western, 6'3", 230-pound, left-handed hitter out of Scottsdale, Arizona. Runner at first with 1 out. Here's the 2-2. Down and away, 3 balls and 2 strikes. After Stone is Ratfield, the designated hitter. Panners yesterday had opportunities to win that game, or at least to get more of a lead and score some runs, but they left 12 men on base yesterday. It's just too many. The Waves were opportunistic in the first inning today. 3 runs on 2 base hits. As the wind continues to bluster through. Runner takes off, and it is hit high into shallow center field, and he's going to have to turn around and head back. Is Carl Peters, and he does so. Stone retired for out number 2, brings up Donovan Ratfield. Junior from Gonzaga out of Sparks, Nevada. Judging by his walk-up song, we'll probably find him at the spur. Ball and no strikes. Runner at first base and 2 away. Runner takes off, and it's hit right through that hole on the right side. Great piece of hitting by Ratfield. The runner all the way over to third. And Gold at the corners now with 2 outs for Brandon Chun-Ming. Sophomore from Hope International out of Honolulu, Hawaii, Brandon Chun-Ming. He's got a chance to get the Panners on the board, claw a little bit closer to these Waves after that 3-run top half of the inning. Swings and hits this one down the right field line. It's carrying, but towards the line and making a tumbling catch is Brandon Strickland right in that right field trench. He's able to hang on and rob the Panners of a couple of runs. After 1, it's the Waves 3, Panners 0.
Colby Pogrites.
Early baseball on a Sunday afternoon from Fairbanks, Alaska. A breezy, cooler day today. Cloudy skies. Heard a lot of complaints last night about the weather here in Fairbanks the last few weeks. You wait so long for summer to come around, and summer's just kind of been pretty cloudy. We had a beautiful night a couple nights ago, but other than that, it's been mostly cloudy. And not as warm as usual for this time of year. Generally, it's in the mid-70s and sunny day and night. It's been in the lower 70s, upper 60s, and windy. 2 balls and 2 strikes. On Podrats, Waves scoring 3 in the top of the first and have a 3-0 lead here in the second. Thought about it, held off. It's 3 balls and 2 strikes as Jack Gonzalez takes a walk. I think he thought he had strike 3. Pretty tight zone so far in this game. This one is popped foul out of play. Panners almost had some runs on the board in the first, but a great play in right by Brandon Strickland to snag the fly ball down the line from Chun Ming. This one is foul back. Just below us here in the press box. This good old press box. It was reinforced a little bit a few years ago. 20 years ago, this thing would swing and sway. It still does, but not nearly as much as it used to. And it's ball 4. And for the second consecutive inning, a leadoff walk issued by Jack Gonzalez. Brings up Vinny Tinajero in the 9th spot for San Diego. Tinajero, a 5'10", 225-pound junior from Bradley University. Waves general manager Mike Studer sending me a text a little bit ago that tonight's Goldpanner starting pitcher Jack Gonzalez played for the San Diego Waves back in 2017 when he was a fresh, innocent child just out of high school. He did not make the trip to Alaska, though, that summer. But now he gets to make up for lost time. Ball and 2 strikes to Tinajero with a runner at first base and nobody out. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Well, just the way the first inning started. Goes the second with a walk and then a strikeout swinging. Now we go to the top of the order for Rafael, and he walked, stole a base, and scored in that first inning. Three-0 Waves, and looking for more here in the second. Drops it in for a strike. Rafael with Lazuka on deck. Swing and a miss.
Another one.
And a miss. Throw to first base, runner back safely. Back-to-back Ks for Jack Gonzalez as he's starting to feel it a little bit now. Settle in. And now Noah Lazuka, who was a strikeout victim in the first inning. Ball and no strikes as the wind continues to blow through. It's really gusty here today. Two balls and no strikes to Lazuka with St. Hilary on deck and still a runner at first base, but now 2 outs. Swung on and rolled towards short, charging, scooping and throwing. There's Redderman. He takes care of Lazuka in the Waves. No harm done after the leadoff walk, but the Waves lead at 3-0 after 1.5.
Out to bat for your Goldpanners, number 7, Eric Smelko.
And at the bottom of the second, Panners another chance to try and get on the board. Cut into this 3-0 Waves lead. All 3 runs in the top of the first for San Diego. A couple of walks, a couple of hits, including a double. And the Waves have a 3-0 lead. Panners threatened in the first, had runners at first and third with 2 outs, but a great sliding catch by Strickland and right to rob Chun Ming of extra bases and probably a couple of runs. 1-ball pitch to Smelko, misses for ball 2. Was hanging out with Keenan Hollister last night, local Fairbanks guy. He was telling me all about his family hosting Panners since the mid-90s for many, many years. Rolling through a lot of names of guys that we're both friends with still to this day, former Panners. It's such a great thing with the host families and the relationships that are built and last a lifetime. Ball 4 is in the dirt, and Smelko will take first base, a leadoff man aboard for the Goldpanners. For Rob Matei, who's had a good start to the season. Second-year Goldpanners, 5 for 10 at the plate so far. Yeah, a lot of these players maintain relationships with their host families for good. Years later, we'll come back and visit. We really appreciate our host families. Such an important role they play with this Goldpanners organization. Up and away, throw to first base, runner back safely. Goldpanners trailing 3-zip. Rob Matei, the batter, with nobody out here in the bottom of the second of a 7-inning game, the first of 2 today on this doubleheader Sunday. This one is fouled back into the seats with the runner on the move. He'll have to retreat. Well, the YouTube chat is quiet today. Who's out there? We can see how many of you are tuned in. So you're not fooling us. We know you're there. I remember a few years ago we were on FaceTime Live, and there was this weird algorithmic thing that would happen where people would just be surfing the web and stumble upon Goldpanner games, and it would take them a little while to figure out what the heck was going on. They would hear my voice say something about Fairbanks, Alaska, and that would intrigue them enough to stay with it, and then they just got confused by the daylight at night and what league this was, and always provided a lot of entertainment. This one's fouled back to the wall with the runner again on the move. Getting his steps in right now is Smelko at first base. A ball and 2 strikes on Rob Matei. He crushes this one, but it's headed foul and will land in the, well, over the fence and left. Just over the bullpen where the fish pond used to be. Tim Kelly's pitching staff a few years ago digging a fish pond complete with live fish and a not live inflatable shark. This one is thrown to the backstop with the runner on the move, so safely in is Smelko. Matei stands in with a 2-ball, 2-strike count. Chance to drive in that first Panner run of the game. Takes down and away 3 balls and 2 strikes from Grant Knox. This one is hammered to left center field. It's going back, and it is gone. A 2-run home run for rockin' Rob Matei. It's a 3-2 game, just like that. Second home run for the Goldpanners this year, first for Matei. Matei makes it a 1-run game.
Number 11, Alex Garcia.
That one was hit pretty far. With that Fairbanks Credit Union sign in left center. Looks like a little guy found that ball over in the curling club parking lot. That ball takes a funny hop off the turf and gets into left field, and Alex Garcia is on safely, and the first 3 have reached safely for the Goldpanners. There's that big lip around the sliding pit
Now to bat for your Goldpanners,
and
number
it
25,
forced that
Omar
ball to take a
Vazoul.
weird bounce and give Garcia a base hit. Hit. Omar Veloz, Goldpanner coach, getting the catching duties here in game one. Runner on the move and no throw. Garcia, one of the fastest, if not the fastest player on the team, loves to run the bases. That's where his real value kicks in. Stolen bag for Alex Garcia, the North Pole, Alaska native. Omar getting to catch today, and now getting his first chance to hit. He's in the 9 spot. And happy birthday wishes go out to Omar's mother. Marcy, happy birthday. From all the way in Fairbanks, Alaska, wishing you all the best.
This home plate cleaning is brought to you by Honor Dental. Cleaning one.
Let's see if
also cleaning up.
Omar can gift you something here in this at bat. He's got a hitter-friendly count at 3-0. Right now, sharing a laugh with coach mate Carlos. After a long conference with pitching coach Lewis Cohen, the Waves return to their positions. And Omar Veloz digs back in. 3 balls and no strikes from Grant Knox to Omar Veloz, wearing number 25. Check swing, foul ball. Probably ball 4, but Omar wants to swing the bat. And he swings it this time and fouls it up towards the beer garden. Lines are much shorter today. Still a pretty good crowd for a Sunday afternoon, cloudy, windy day. 3 balls and 2 strikes now on Veloz. Runner at second base. Panners trail by 1. And he swings and misses for the strikeout. Oh, sorry, Marcy, he tried.
Back to the top of the lineup for your Goldpanners, number 8,
Logan Redeman. Now the batter. Panners have scored 2 in the inning so far. Leadoff walk, followed by the Matei home run, his first of the year. Garcia singled and stole second. Now the strikeout of Veloz. We go to the top of the order for Redeman. Popped up in his first at bat. It's 4 for his last 11 at the plate. Grounded foul first base side, and a nice bare-handed scoop
down there, coach.
over at first base. Who is that coaching at first? Usually it's Omar, but he's playing.
That baseball sent to the parking lot. It's proudly sponsored by the Glass Doctor. Glass Doctor specializes in fixing pains.
1-2 on Redeman. Freshman from San Diego. Takes inside ball 2 from Grant Knox. only in the bottom of the second, but both pitchers have thrown quite a few pitches already. And that one is grounded foul first base side. A 3-2 lead for the Waves here in the second inning of a 7-inning ball game. First of 2 today, then the final game of the series tomorrow night at 6:30 p.m. Then the Panners are off for a few days. The next game after Monday will not be until Thursday when Kingsmen baseball comes to town. That one is fair down the right field line. A base hit will tie the game as Garcia scores easily, and Redemann's on his way to third, and he will beat the throw, which gets away, but it's backed up, and Redemann will stay at third with the RBI triple. The Panners have come back to tie here in the second inning. And Carl Peters, who's 1 for 1 in the game, will try to make it 2 for 2 and give the Panners the lead. Tyler Stone to follow. This one is fouled back right below me.
Man, almost had a baseball. We're good. We're good up here.
That was too close.
He gets to go home with a souvenir baseball.
My vision and reactions are not what they once were. That ball just kept getting bigger and bigger. Thankfully, this plywood stands between me and the baseball. A little bit higher, though. Off the end of the bat with the infield drawn in, so the runner has to stay at third. Lazuka throws on to first. The 4-3 putout of Carl Peters brings up Tyler Stone. Flew out to center field in his first at bat, now 2 away for the Goldpanners in a 3-3 game. Goldpanners with 5 base hits so far. And the Waves with 2 hits. Tyler Stone out of Iowa Western with a runner at third base, trying to bring him in here with 2 away. Takes a strike. It's 2-1 from Grant Knox. And it's ball 4.
Now it's back here, Goldpanners, number 28, Donovan Ratfield.
It is the second walk in the inning for Grant Knox, and he's beginning to play with fire here, but he just needs 1 out to get out of this without any further damage. And now Gold at the corners for Donovan Ratfield, who singled in his first at bat off of Grant Knox. Nobody throwing in the Waves bullpen, but players are up and stretching. And this one is floated over the mound. A tough play throwing across, and it's off the mark, and the run scores. The Panners have a 4-3 lead, and the runners wind up at second and third. Boy, that was a tough play. Lazuka charging that baseball, had to throw across the body, had to be a perfect throw, and it was not. 4-3 Goldpanners. Hit and an error on the play. That is foul.
Good call, Corey.
Chunming, the 9th batter of the inning. He can bring in 2 more. Up the middle and through for a base hit. 1 run will score. Stone touches home. Here comes Ratfield. He will score. And it's 6-3 Goldpanners. Here in the 2nd inning, Chunming delivers.
Now to bat for your Goldpanners, number 7, Eric Smelko.
Panners bat around. And here's Eric Smelko. Oh, the Waves were enjoying a 3-0 lead. A few minutes ago, but now it's the Panners putting up a 6th spot and still batting. With 2 outs, Eric Smelko's 2nd chance. He walked to lead off this inning. Looked at the forecast too last night. It's just clouds as far as the eyes can see. We just have to make sure these clouds part on June 21st for the midnight sun game. It makes for a much better atmosphere when it's sunny, and it's also a lot easier to see the baseball at midnight. 2 balls and a strike to Smelko with a runner at 2nd base. Three and two. Junior from Cal State Dominguez Hills, Eric Smelko. Trying to kick in the extra point. And he thought he had ball 4, but takes strike 3. Panners score 6 runs on 5 base hits and take a 6-3 lead after 2. Mason St. Hilary, fresh off a trek of Everest, leading things off here in the top of the third inning. Be followed by Jake Klimkowitz and Brandon Strickland. 3, 4, and 5 spots. Ooh, the voice hurting a little bit here today. It's okay. There's only 12 more innings, if not more. 6-3 Goldpanner lead, top of the third for St. Hilary, who doubled, drove in a run, and scored in the first inning. Freshman from Delta College hits this one high into left field, and it's twisting and spinning away from, but Chunming makes the catch. St. Hilary out number 1. Third inning of work for tonight, this afternoon's starting pitcher, Jack Gonzalez, the pitching coach of the Goldpanners. Struggled a little bit in that first inning, but has begun to settle in. Has now retired 5 of the last 6 he's faced. A strike called on Klimkowitz, who walked and scored in that 3-run first inning. The Waves had a 3-0 lead going into the bottom of the second, but the Panners put up a 6 spot. Klimkowitz is 6'3" right-handed junior, who is listed as undecided. Isn't that life, though? Aren't we always a little undecided? Ball 1, it's 1-2. If we're not undecided, then we're second guessing. That one is hammered but foul into the parking lot, and it hits off of a bicycle, an unmanned bicycle. Don't think I'm going to have time to hit the Bigfoot Expo again today. Across the street at the Carlson Center, ground ball to short, backhanded, stopped by Redeman, who throws on the money. 2 up and 2 down for Gonzalez here in the third. Brings up Strickland, who was a strikeout victim in the first. It was pretty cool yesterday. If you didn't catch that broadcast last night, I went to the Bigfoot Expo across the street. Had a lot of plaster casts, giant footprints. They had all the hot spots for Bigfoot sightings in Alaska.
Heads up, beer garden, heads up. Oh my gosh.
And they also had a lot of stories about these little tiny people that people have seen all over Alaska and other continents. These tiny little beings that people are reporting seeing running around. And they had all the sightings documented. And Gonzalez was walking to the dugout thinking it was strike 3. But it's a ball. 2 outs and the base is empty. 1-2 is the count on Strickland. Takes outside. One of the stories had a woman in Palmer who saw one of these little tiny people going through her yard shortly before her daughter disappeared and has never been seen again. Weird stuff, man. 2-ball, 2-strike count, and that one's fouled back. A couple summers ago, we got to go to Eureka, California to play the Humboldt Crabs, and that's huge Bigfoot territory. We were looking. No sightings to report. Check swing hit the knob of the bat. Hanging in there right now. is Brandon Strickland. Hey, if you've seen Sasquatch, drop it on the chat. We need to hear from you. Where, when? Did you get a plaster cast? They had clinics going on yesterday on how to do it. Fouled into the beer garden again. Beer garden's on alert here in this game.
Heck yeah.
Oh, it landed in the cooler? Beautiful.
That's for me.
Yeah, there it is. Guy just fished it out of the cooler. High and inside, ball 3. So long at bat here for Strickland. Gonzalez started off the field thinking he had a 3-pitch strikeout, but now the count is full. A payoff pitch, called strike 3. Just came a little bit later than he hoped. A 1-2-3 third for Gonzalez at 6-3 Goldpanners.
Don't forget to purchase your 50/50 tickets from the Lions Club representative. Miss Janice will be kind enough to sell you just a single ticket. 6 for $5 or an arms for $10. We'd once again like to thank Safeway for being today's game day sponsor.
New pitcher into the game for the Waves as we head to the bottom of inning number 3. Waves trailing now 6-3. Nina Moore is going to be excited because A.J. Guitron Moore has entered the game and is on the hill for the San Diego Waves. Starts with 2 strikes on Goldpanner. Second baseman today, Rob Matei. Matei with a 2-run home run, his first time up. His first of the year, and he smokes this one down the line, but it hooks foul. Matei, Garcia, and Veloz due up here in the 3rd inning with the Panners in front by 3. Garrow Von Dane here in Fairbanks. First of 2 ball games today, both of the 7-inning type. Matt Sandy's back with us, enjoying PannerVision back east. Linda Ogden from Minnesota. cheering on the Waves. Waves getting the win last night. Series lead belongs to the Goldpanners, 2-1, and they lead this game 6-3 in the bottom of the third. Matei versus the new pitcher, A.J. Guitron Moore. Down the left field line again, just a little bit foul. A.J., a sophomore at Anna Maria. Up the middle and through, so Matei able to straighten it out and drive one into center field for a base hit. Matei, a 2-for-2 day so far. Gonna bring up Alex Garcia, who singled, stole a base, and scored, the North Pole, Alaska native.
Number 11, Alex Garcia.
Plays at Butte College in Chico, California. Second-year Goldpanner. North Pole, Alaska. What a funky, weird place that is. About 20 minutes down the road. It's Christmas every day in North Pole. Candy cane wrap light poles. Christmas trees in stores. And of course, the Santa Claus house. The Santa Claus house.
Beer garden.
Another one for the beer garden.
That was not a cooler shot, but that bounced did go on the beer garden.
There is a great Chinese restaurant down there, though, called Pagoda. That's worth the trip. That one, a leaping grab by Lazuka on a line shot from Garcia, and he's robbed of the base hit. Safe at first is Matei, getting back to the bag, and now Omar Velos. Our PA guy having trouble saying his name. Martin getting his second turn to bat. Struck out back in the second inning. Foul back and out of play.
Up across the way.
Omar sending those happy birthday wishes to his mom today. Swinging a foul tip. And Velos strikes out for the second time in the game.
Back to the top of the lineup for Goldpanners.
And we go to the top of the order for Logan Redeman. Well, Matei let off the inning with a single, but he's still there now. Garcia a liner to second. Velos strikes out, and now Logan Redeman, who tripled in a run in the second inning and also scored in that 6-run second. Takes inside for a ball. Goldpanners baseball here on PannerVision on a Sunday afternoon. I posted some pictures of that Bigfoot Expo yesterday on my Twitter, @VoiceOfGman. Jeff Meldrum was there. He's like the foremost expert. That one is behind the batter, read him into the backstop, and that allows Matei to get into scoring position. He turned down an opportunity to be on PannerVision, though, said he had other obligations. I heard he was at Hoodoo a couple of nights ago, so maybe that was, yeah, I guess that falls under other obligations, as Bam Bam says. Hoodoo Brewing Company over the railroad tracks to our left. Or beyond left field, rather. They are Monday night's sponsor as they take over beer sales and bring lots of Fairbanks faithful here to the park. Three and one now to Redeman. Lifts this one into right. Strickland coming on will make the catch. And that's it for the Goldpanners here in the third. No runs, one hit, one left on. Panners lead at 6-3 after 3. Reese Harmon will lead things off for the San Diego Waves as we go to the fourth inning. Remember, this one a 7-inning game. So is the next one, as we do for double headers. It's a cool, breezy, cloudy Sunday afternoon here in Fairbanks. We are exactly 10 days and a few hours away from the 118th Midnight Sun game. Every year on the longest day of the year, there's been a baseball game played here through midnight. Ground ball to second. Matei throws on to first. Harmon is out number 1. Jack Gonzalez finding his groove after tough sledding in the first. He has now retired 7 straight. The first Midnight Sun game, as far as we can tell, was 1906 when the Eagles Club took on the California Bar. The Drinks versus the Smokes, back in 1906. One of the gentlemen who played in that game was named Ed Stroker. He continued to play baseball for many years. Eventually had a son named Bill. Bill would go on to preside over the Panners from 1965 until his passing in 2010. He was, man oh man, the last of a generation. A unique individual and a special human. Got a procession going by on 2nd Avenue right now. What is that, Burnley? Do you know? You know what this procession is?
And another home plate cleaning brought to you by Otter.
Yeah, is the Pope here? He's been here before.
What?
They have some Pope carpet up north in Fox that he walked on. That was John Paul II.
It's the Feast of Corpus Christi.
What is that?
The Feast of Corpus Christi. It's the Feast of Corpus Christi in the Catholic faith.
It's a Eucharistic procession, the Feast of Corpus Christi? I'm not Catholic. I've never heard of it.
They're going from the cathedral right across from Pioneer Park all the way down to Immaculate Conception, the little white church downtown.
So they're going from one church to another?
Walking from one church to
Interesting. Andrew Bunton, our public address man, getting us caught up on the Catholic faith, of which I'm very familiar with. My hometown is an extremely Catholic town, but I know nothing of the Feast of Corpus Christi. May the Lord be with you. The 2-2 as we get back to the game on the field to Michael Myra. And it's 3 balls and 2 strikes with 1 out and the base is empty against Jack Gonzalez, who's been cruising since that first inning.
Matt Sandy says they might be walking to the beer garden.
This one's hit to right, going back to make the catch. Is Smelko for out number 2, Matt Sandy. Maybe they are. Maybe they're taking the long walk to the beer garden.
Now it's back to the Waves.
It's very possible.
Colby Pogratz.
They might be going on the way back. Kobe Podratz walked in his first plate appearance against Jack Gonzalez. Pitching coach for the Goldpanners getting the start today on the hill. Well, despite the less than spectacular weather we've had, at least we haven't had to fight through any rain. Yeah, it did sprinkle a little bit. Sprinkled last night after the game. We could see the rain clouds in the hills beyond left field, but never threatened our game.
Another one.
Everyone, you know, baseball people are pretty lost when a game gets rained out. It shakes up the entire schedule. You're so used to the routine that everyone just kind of stares at each other. Two balls and 2 strikes, 2 outs, and nobody on for Podratz. Gets him on the changeup. A 1-2-3-4 for Gonzalez. He has retired 9 straight. 6-3 Goldpanners after half a game.
Peters.
Waves turn to a new pitcher here in the bottom of the fourth inning, their third already of the day, and it's number 22, Mitchell Baker. Mitchell Baker, after just one inning of work for A.J. Guitron Moore. Now Mitchell Baker enters the ball game. Freshman from San Diego Christian, 6'3", $175, right-handed dealer. Starting against Carl Peters, then Tyler Stone and Donovan Ratfield, 2, 3, and 4 spots in the Panner batting order. This is upstairs. 2 balls and 1 strike. Garrow Von Dane with you live here in Fairbanks. Good crowd here for a Sunday afternoon. It's cool. Jackets are on. People trying to stay warm. Usually this is the prime time of the year weather-wise. The sun has been eluding us as a tour bus goes by. 6-3 Goldpanner lead here in the bottom of the fourth. Most trips to Alaska don't involve stops in Fairbanks, which is a real shame. And the cruises wind up, they go up the southeast coast and then end up in Anchorage. And then a lot of people like to make the trip to Denali National Park, which is south of Fairbanks. But too many people miss out on one of the best places in America. Ball 4 to Carl Peters. Leadoff man aboard for the Goldpanners here in the fourth inning against Mitchell Baker.
Now to bat for your Goldpanners, number 37, Tyler Stone.
.6-3 Goldpanner lead. Looking for more here. Stone 0 for 1 with a walk and a run scored. Panners scoring 6 times in that second inning. There goes the runner. No throw. Got a great jump, did Peters. Stone with a 2-ball, 1-strike count.
David Noah says hi from Wichita.
Ah, David Noah checking in from wonderful Wichita. Man, I miss the days of the NBC tournament. It still goes on. It's just lost a lot of its luster, shall we say. NBC World Series, that was the premier championship for summer baseball for many decades. Now they play that tournament at Eck Stadium, home of the Wichita State Shockers. And unfortunately, it's just, it was such a part of the Wichita community too, and they paired with professional baseball to make it a great event, but now the AAA team does not want the event taking place at their field. So they're playing at Eck Stadium, and a lot of the teams just haven't been able to go anymore, so it's really just some teams from the Kansas, Oklahoma, Texas area. Ball 4 to Stone, back-to-back walks to open up the bottom of the fourth. Brings up Donovan Ratfield, who's 2 for 2, a couple of singles, an RBI and a run scored. An infield single his last time up. But man, did we have some fun at those NBC World Series in Wichita for many years. Panners winning 6 national titles in Wichita. Their last one in '02 under legendary head coach Ed Sheff. Future big leaguer Brendan Ryan on that team. A lot of great players. And that 2002 team. 2003 looked like we were going back to back. And then we're upset. Team the Panners beat, Taiwanese national team. Wound up winning the whole thing. Grounded left side, tough play, ranging to his right, and tries to throw to third for the force out, but not in time. Everybody's safe. An infield hit for Ratfield, his second infield base hit, and he's 3 for 3 in the game. And the bases are full of gold. And now an opportunity here in the bottom of the fourth for the Panners to blow this game wide open. There is nobody out. Gold on every base. And Brandon Chung-Ming, 1 for 2 with a 2-run single in that 6-run second. Takes a pitch upstairs from Mitchell Baker, a right-hander who started this 4th inning with 2 walks and an infield hit. Lands a strike in on Brandon Chung-Ming. It's 1-1 with nobody out here in the 4th. Ball and 2 strikes here. Chung-Ming, the big opportunity here. And he's rung up on strikes. That ball breaking back over that inside corner. Chung-Ming didn't agree.
Number 7, Eric Smelko.
And here's Eric Smelko. That was a pretty filthy pitch, though, from Mitchell Baker. Chung-Ming with a disappointed walk back to the dugout, and now Eric Smelko will give it a shot here with the bases stacked. This is for ball 1, down and away. Smelko, and then it would be Rob Matei, who's had a red-hot start to the afternoon. Later this month, we'll be off to British Columbia.
Is in the parking lot. Big bounce, does not hit a car, thank goodness.
For the Grand Forks International Tournament. Cannot wait for that. I was trying to talk Mike Studer of the Waves into, each year I'm trying to talk them into going, but it's a long trip for the Waves. Ground ball to short, step on the bag for 1, and a double play turned by Michael Myra. And the Waves get out of it. Bases loaded, nobody out situation with no damage done.
All right,
6-3 Panners after 4.
Tickets. We got another door prize to give away. The Waves is number 15, Vinny Tinnichero.
Oh, we go to the top of the 5th inning here. Growden Memorial Park, Fairbanks, Alaska. Vinny Tinejero lines one into center field, and Carl Peters got a good jump on it, makes the catch. We're out number 1. Jack Gonzalez cruising here in the 5th inning. Took him a minute. First inning was struggling to regain his control after a long layoff. Jack, pitching coach of the Goldpanners, hasn't thrown in a while. But he has been untouchable the last few innings. Of the last 12 batters, only 1 has reached. It was a walk to lead off the 2nd inning. Since then, he has retired 10 in a row. Colby Raphael at the top of the order with 1 out and the bases empty. And the Panners leading 6-3. 6 runs on 9 base hits. 3 runs and just 2 hits for the Waves. Opportunistic first inning. RBI double, a 2-run single. The double for St. Hilary, the 2-run single, Reese Harmon. This one is into right field for an out. 2 up and 2 down for Jack Gonzalez here in the 5th. Brings up Noah Lazuka. Lazuka 0 for 2 in this afternoon's ball game. Both Waves hits coming back in the 1st inning. So the Waves came into the game batting just 175 in the series. And that number not going up so far in today's game. They are 2 for 16 on the day. Change up for a strike. It's 2-1. 2 outs, nobody on for Noah Lazuka against Gonzalez. Nobody throwing it in the Goldpanner bullpen. We'll see how much Jack Gonzalez has in the tank, the left-hander. That one well high. He grins after that throw to the backstop. Count is full, 3 balls and 2 strikes on Lazuka. Chopper foul. Another note about Wichita while we're talking about it. It's kind of a bizarre sighting if you're driving to X Stadium, home of the Wichita State Shockers and now the NBC World Series. You'll drive right past, and this is on campus, the original Pizza Hut. Looks like a little guard shack, tiny little thing, and it's still there. A walk issued to Lazuka with 2 outs here in the 5th. Little piece of trivia, they didn't know what to name it, the guys that started the first Pizza Hut. They knew they wanted to call it pizza something, and they had room for 3 more letters. So they had to come up with a 3-letter word to finish it off. So Hut it was. Remember back when Pizza Hut was good? '90s? I guess so, yeah. '80s. Not so much anymore. As I peruse the outfield signs to make sure they're not a sponsor. I don't think Pizza Hut it's gone in Fairbanks, isn't it? There was one up the street here, but it closed. Runner takes off for second, and he's gunned down by Veloz. Omar Veloz. Coach Omar
All right, Fairbanks.
throws out
We
Lazuka.
are playing a doubleheader in 2 7-inning games. It's time for the 5th inning stretch.
Head to the bottom of the 5th, Panners by 3.
On your feet. Stretch those legs, get those kazoos out. Wait for everybody to get in the dugout. Hey, look, there's Happy Boy! Sing along, Fairbanks. Good job, Fairbanks. If you stick around for the second game, you get to enjoy Happy Boy twice. Yeah. Thank you, Happy Boy. We'll see you in the next one. Now to bat for your Goldpanners, number 17, Robert Matei.
Happy Boy does his thing during the 5th inning break of this 7-inning ball game. Caught me by surprise. I forgot he was doing it in the 5th. Rob Matei leading off for the Goldpanners, who lead it here 6-3. Panners have had opportunities the last couple innings to put this game away, but have been unable to do so. And here's a high fly ball into center field, but right there is Raphael to make the catch, and Matei is out number 1 here in the bottom of the 5th. A 7-inning game, then a short break. We'll start a new broadcast link, and I will post that on my Twitter page @VoiceOfGman, and then we will go with game 2. I don't know who's pitching for either team in the second game of our Sunday afternoon doubleheader, but we will get all that information and lineups between games. Alex Garcia 1 for 2 days so far. Happy Boy does his thing. Not sure if he's doing a second game. I was told he was not doing the second game, but our PA guy saying he is doing the second game, so hopefully you caught it this time, because I don't think he's doing game 2. Got the sneezes today. Into the hole in short. A great throw to first, but not going to be the speedy Garcia. What an effort by Myra. Wow. Garcia way too fast, though. Infield hit for Alex, his second hit of the day, and here's Omar Veloz throwing out Noah Lazuka to end the top half of the 5th, attempting to steal second. He's made some good throws today, has Omar.
Heads up to the kids over there.
As the wind picks up once again, whipping through the press box here at Growden. Taking a look at some scores from the College World Series Super Regionals. LSU leading Kentucky 5-2 in the 4th inning there. LSU leading the series 1-0, trying to wrap it up today. That great Oral Roberts Oregon series now in game 3, the deciding game, Oral Roberts leading 5-3. Oregon with that comeback from an 8-0 deficit in game 1 to win. Oral Roberts coming back in the 9th inning to win in walk-off fashion yesterday. Oral Roberts leading the Ducks 5-3 in the 6th inning today. Earlier today, Southern Miss defeated Tennessee 5-3. That series now even at 1 apiece. Meanwhile, it's a 1-2 count here on Veloz. Swings and misses 1-2. Oh, that was strike 3 apparently. Our scoreboard said it was 1-1 as I was looking at our College World Series scores and missed the boat. Third time Velosa struck out on the day, brings up Logan Redeman. Top of the order, runner at first and 2 away. Wake Forest defeated Alabama today, 22-5. Wake sweeping the Tide to advance. Wake Forest going to the College World Series for the first time since the 1950s. Virginia takes out Duke 12-2 to win that series. Tennessee over Southern Miss 8-4. And there goes Garcia. The pitch is high, the throw not in time. Second stolen base of the day for Alex Garcia, and Redeman will try to bring him in. Give the Goldpanners some insurance. They lead it 6-3. Ten Goldpanner hits today, just 2 for the Waves. And the 2-2 pitch. Takes ball 3. Redeman with an RBI triple in the second. He's 1 for 3 today with a run scored. And now the payoff pitch with first base open, and they'll throw to second. Garcia dives back safely. Clouds look a little more ominous now, and the wind has picked up. Misses for ball 4. So now Gold at first and second as Redeman draws the base on balls. And Carl Peters with a chance to drive in some Goldpanner insurance. Looking at these participants in the College World Series regionals and super regionals, my Pittsburgh Panthers are never going to make the playoffs. Being in the ACC now with Duke and Virginia, North Carolina, Wake Forest, Miami, Florida State is never going to happen. Baseball bounces back onto the field of play, so a little pause here until that ball is retrieved. Goldpanners leading 6-3. It's been that way since the end of the second. Waves struck for 3 in the first, but that 6-run second for the Goldpanners, that's the difference. Mitchell Baker gets a swing and a miss. Both runners take off and advance without a throw. And now, could all but put this game away with a base hit. Carl Peters 1 for 2 with a walk and a single so far. And he wears one, a breaking ball. And the base is now loaded with Gold. Panners had him loaded in the 4th inning as well, but they were unable to score despite there being no outs when they loaded him up. A strikeout and a double play ended the inning. Now the Panners have him loaded with 2 outs for Tyler Stone, a big power bat. You know what he's going to try to do. He's walked his last 2 times up. A walk here would bring in a run. And it's ball 1. 0 for 1 officially in the game. 6-3 Goldpanner lead. Big swing and a miss. It's 1-1. Pitch inside. Gold on every base. Garcia at third. Redmond at second. Peters at first. An infield hit and a couple of walks. And here's the 1-1 to Stone. Hard hit ball to the right side, fielded by Lazuka, who throws to Baker, covering the bag in time. Nicely done by the Waves to get out of the jam. Panners leave them loaded, but they lead it by 3 through 5.
In the top of the sixth inning, it's number 37, Mason St. Hilary.
New pitcher into the game for the Goldpanners, and it is our first look at the sophomore from Gonzaga. Southpaw, number 40, Daniel Sotelo. Daniel Sotelo, 5'10", left-hander from Phoenix, Arizona. And he starts with a ball and a strike to Mason St. Hilary. Mason with an RBI double back in the first inning, scored a run. It was 3-zip Waves back then, but now they trail it 6-3. And starting to run out of time as we enter the sixth inning of this 7-inning ball game. Game 1 of 2 for your Sunday afternoon PannerVision pleasure. Have a short break between games, half hour, 45 minutes or so. And we will start a new broadcast link and come back with our second game of the day. It's 2-2 on St. Hilary. Gets a piece of it. So Jack Gonzalez departs after 5 innings of work. 3 runs that all came in the first inning on just 2 base hits. The Waves do not have a hit since that first inning. Jack struck out 6 and walked 4, and he strikeout for Sotelo to open up his Goldpanner career. St. Hilary goes down looking, brings up Klimkowitz.
Now to bat for the Waves, number 30, Jake Klimkowitz.
Klimkowitz and then Strickland due up. It's the 3, 4, and 5 spots in the Waves batting order. They've got 5 outs left and they trail it by 3. Panners have the series lead 2-1 so far. A win in this game would assure them at least a series tie. With 2 games remaining, 1 more today, and then the series wraps tomorrow night at 6:30 p.m. Fouled off third base side. Panners with 10 base hits today, the Waves with just 2. Waves are 2 for 18 in the game. Here's the 1-2. Strike 3 called, back-to-back strikeouts, and got them both looking. Klimkowitz K'd, and that brings up Strickland.
Now to bat for the Waves, number 21, Brandon Strickland.
The Waves now in the series are batting 164. Swing and a miss.
Another one.
Strickland has struck out twice in the game. Sotelo has struck out the first 2 batters he's faced. Swinging a foul tip, and he's in front nothing at 2. Quick, efficient work for Sotelo here in the 6th inning in relief of Jack Gonzalez. And here comes the swirling wind again. Swing and a miss. Sotelo strikes out the side here in the 6th inning. Panners lead at 6-3.
All right.
Goldpanners still leading 6-3. It's been that way since the end of the second. And we go to the bottom of the sixth of a 7-inning game. New pitcher in for the Waves. Mitchell Baker is out. Everett Kennedy is in. Everett Kennedy, number 8. Kennedy, a 5'10 junior from San Diego Christian, a right-hander, will start off against Donovan Ratfield. Ratfield, the DH, followed by Chunming and Smelko. And the first pitch is hit high, deep to left field, and it's going back, and it hits off the very top of the wall, and Ratfield turns on the jets and heads to second base with a double. That hit the tippy top of the wall in left field. Ratfield will have to settle for a double. And that's his 4th hit of the game. Ratfield a double, 2 infield singles, and another single. What a day for Donovan. And here's Brandon Chunming to the sounds of ABBA. I think that's the first time I've heard a player walk up to ABBA. Chunming a 1-for-3 day so far. A 2-run single back in the second. Checking in with our YouTube chat. So there is a Pizza Hut still left here. Apparently, there used to be 4, now 1. Your days are numbered, Pizza Hut. Oh, it is popped high and out of play. Hey, we're getting some deep info about Carl Peters, too, thanks to Stephanie. His nickname for baseball all through grade school was Highball. What? How old was he when he started drinking highballs, Stephanie?
I don't remember Highball.
Maybe that's not why that was his name. Orioles fan tuned in from Charlotte, North Carolina, home of Bojangles and lots of banks. Hit into right, a base hit by Chunming. Ratfield will head around third and score easily. Strickland gets to the baseball and throws it in, but not before the Goldpanners score their 7th run of the game. An RBI double for Brandon Chunming. Keep playing the ABBA, buddy. Chunming's going to come out for a pinch runner here.
For your Goldpanners, number 7, Eric Smelko.
And so in to run is Logan Drummond.
Alaska Goldpanners, now at second is number 13, Logan Drummond.
And now Eric Smelko, the batter. And he hits this one high into left. It's still carrying, going back and reaching up a step in front of the Pakalolo sign, and making the catch is St. Hilary. Long fly ball for Smelko, turns into an out.
Now up to bat for your Goldpanners, number 17, Robert Matei.
And here's Rob Matei. Hit his first home run of the summer back in the second inning, a 2-run shot. Singled in the third. Lined out to center his last time up. Rob Matei, a great start to the summer for him. Now 7 for 13 on the season with a home run. "7-3 Goldpanners here in the bottom of the 6th. They have out-hit the Waves 12-2 in the game. Yeah, the Waves, you're right, Chris, they've no hits since the first inning. A couple of base runners, both on walks. This one's pop backing out of
Heads up, way
play.
back there, heads up. That foul ball brought to you by Sandy Kane.
Don't see many no-hitters up here. Pretty rare. Well, Matt saying there's one Pizza Hut in North Pole. Is that the one that's in the area? Or is there still one in Fairbanks? Oh, there is still one. Okay. So we got one in Fairbanks, one in North Pole.
Oh yeah, there's a combination pizza.
The 2-2 is grounded to short. Myra on to first base. Takes care of Matei. Over to third goes Logan Drummond, the pinch runner for Brandon Chun Ming. 2 away for the Panners here in the 6th.
Alex Garcia.
And here's Alex Garcia. Garcia 2 for 3 day so far. Speaking of North Pole, that's where Alex is from. Took my son there last summer. He was very confused about it being Christmas everywhere in the middle of summer. Used to be a baseball team down there. They played here for a while and then went down to North Pole, the North Pole Knicks. Mike Studer of the Waves played for the Knicks. So did Mark Grace. So did Luis Gonzalez. That Diamondbacks team that won the World Series had 3 North Pole Knicks on the team. They had some crazy looking uniforms. Swing and a miss on a 3-0 pitch that goes to the backstop. And in to score is Drummond. Eight-3 Goldpanners.
3-2.
So the only way Garcia gets an RBI now is if he puts one over the fence. And instead he will draw a walk. Everett Kennedy will have to throw a few more pitches here in the 6th inning. All Panners now 8-3. And just 3 outs remain for the Waves, who might already be starting to think about game 2. Waves just 2 hits, and they both came in the 1st inning when they scored 3 and had a 3-0 lead. Now Omar gets one more turn to bat. Goldpanner assistant coach getting the start behind the dish today in game 1. He's been a strikeout victim all 3 times. He's gone down swinging each time. Takes a swing and a miss, and it's 1-1 on Villos. The top of the order due up, and Alex Garcia at first base. 2 runs are in. And it is a 5-run Goldpanner lead. Could be a lot worse, too. Panners missed out on some opportunities, including a bases loaded, nobody out situation in the 4th. Loaded them up in the 5th with 2 outs. Had 2 on in the 1st inning, didn't score. Hit high to right field. Drifting back is Strickland towards the line and will make the catch. He stumbled a little bit in that trench, but still made the catch. That's it for the Panners here in the 6th. But they lead it 8-3, and it's the last chance for the Waves when we come back. Daniel Sotelo trying to finish this one off. He had a 1-2-3 6th inning, struck out the side, and now faces the 6, 7, and 8 spots in the Waves batting order. Ducking out of the way of the first pitch is Harmon. Harmon, Myra, and Podrat, the last hopes for the Waves here in the 7th and final inning of the first of 2 ball games today on this doubleheader Sunday.
Whoa, that barely hit that truck over there.
I'm going to have to go get a hoodie between games. It is getting chilly here with this wind. The sun is avoiding us today. Our heavy cloud cover 150 miles south of the Arctic Circle. Harmon drove in a couple of runs in the first to make it a 3-0 lead for the Waves, but they have not gotten a base hit since that inning. Harmon's 2-run single, the last base hit for the Waves. Jack Gonzalez started mowing him down after that. Sotelo a 1-2-3 6th, and now he strikes out the first batter, the 7th.
Is that 4 in a row?
It is 4 in a row, Chris. 4 strikeouts in a row for Sotelo out of Gonzaga in his Goldpanner debut.
San Diego Waves, number 12, Joe Colbeck.
So Colbeck's going to bat here for Myra. Myra ends an 0 for 2 day at the plate. Ball and a strike so far on Colbeck. Sophomore from Iowa Western. There's a 2-ball, 1-strike count against Sotelo, who's been throwing pretty much all strikes so far. The 2-1 up the middle, and that's a base hit. The first base hit since the first inning, and Joe Colbeck does it in a pinch hitting role.
Now up to bat for the San Diego Waves, number 14, Colby Podratz.
Colby Podratz. Sophomore from Pacific University with a runner at first. One ball pitch from Sotelo, and this one is lined into right for a base hit. Well, back-to-back singles for the Waves. Brings up Tina Harrow with
Now pitch hitting for
2 aboard
San
and 1 out.
Diego
Oh,
Waves.
Tina Harrow will not bat.
Number 27, Max Mendoza.
Max Mendoza will bat, the sophomore from Delta College. Pinch hitting in the DH 9 spot of the batting order. Tina Harrow ends the day 0 for 2. With the Waves doubling their hit output here in the 7th inning. They now have 4 in the game. 2 in the first, now 2 in the 7th. Not over yet. 5-run lead for the Goldpanners. But the Waves have something cooking here with 2 on and 1 out. Max Mendoza, the pinch hitter, swings and misses. 6'3", 210-pound sophomore. The right-handed hitter against the southpaw Sotelo, who steps off. The 1-1 misses 2-1. It's a pretty long game for a 7 inning. 2 hours and 12 minutes old so far. Game 1 of this series lasted 2 hours and 19 minutes, a 9-inning game. Last night our longest game, and we also went extra innings. It was a 3-hour game last night. Swing and a miss. 5th strikeout for Sotelo. And now he goes to the top of the order for Raphael.
Back to the top of the lineup for the San Diego Waves is number 2, Colby Raphael.
Panners 1 out away from victory here in Game 1 of our doubleheader and taking a 3-1 series lead. And a strike called.
Another one.
Waves down to their last out. Raphael quickly in the hole, 0-2 with Lazuka on deck should Raphael keep the inning alive. A couple of singles in the inning and a pair of strikeouts. Sotelo going to strike out the side again. Checks the runner, delivers the 0-2. Check swing, getting a foul tip. Is Raphael, who's 0 for 2 in the game with a walk and a run scored. Didn't miss by much. Ball and 2 strikes. To Raphael. Oh, Panners thought they had strike 3. But Sotelo will deal another pitch. It's been a pretty tight zone all day, despite the amount of strikeouts. The 2-2, that one well outside. 3 balls and 2 strikes now to Raphael, with Lazuka hoping for another opportunity. Sotelo, a deep exhale. He gets ready to deliver the payoff pitch with 2 away. Late swing and it's hit foul. And out of play, and another 3-2 pitch will come. from Sotelo. Last chance for the Waves here in the 7th, and the 3-2 pitch. Up and away for ball 4. The inning will continue. Second walk Raphael has earned.
Out to bat for the Waves is number 3, Noah Lazuka.
And so now the potential tying run is in the on-deck circle. The bases are loaded for the Waves. And Lazuka, the batter, he's 0 for 2 with a walk so far. Still the first time through the order for Sotelo. This is the last batter he has yet to face. Not out of the woods yet. One hopper over the mound, goes behind second base. The throw across is in time for Morettaman. Nice play for the Goldpanners shortstop. Sotelo gets out of it unscathed, and the Goldpanners take game 1 by a final score of 8-3. Goldpanners take game 1. We're going to send it out of here because we got a lot to do to get ready for our next game. We'll have a new broadcast feed. I will post that on my Twitter page at VoiceOfGman as soon as we have that. So we'll be back in a little bit with game 2 in a half hour to 45 minutes. Check back with us and we'll let you know. Goldpanners win it 8-3. Garrow Von Dane back to Growden in just a little bit. Go get a fresh beverage, and I'm going to go get a hoodie.